All right. Welcome to another beautiful Saturday morning with the usual suspects. We have all the ladies here today, present and accounted for, and plus one extra over there in the corner. We have the lovely Mr. Chris Jones from Iron Lords. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So, yeah, look at all the ladies. Happy. So, if you guys have been living under a rock, last week was essentially E3, E3 sorta, E3-ish, E3 adjacent.
E3 light.
E3 light, right? It's our new normal, I guess. So we had Summer Games Fest, which the ladies kind of talked about, and we'll like get Chris's impressions too. But we had Summer Games Fest last week. We also had the Xbox Showcase. And Ubisoft showed some stuff. Nintendo came out. The Switch 2 came out. So there's a few things that happened. All right, so Chris, since this is your first time here, we have to run down a few questions. Nothing too crazy, but no one here has you haven't been on our podcast. So we have to give these questions. You ready?
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right, so top 5 franchises or individual game?
Let's see. I'm going to include the Suikoden series as number one, because if I don't, it's going to take up 3 of the 5 top spots, and that's just not fair to the other series.
Right. Okay.
But we'll go the entire Suikoden series number 1. Suikoden 2 is the whole reason I game. I wouldn't be on this podcast today if I would have not walked in the living room, seen my mom cursing this game out that she couldn't beat this one-on-one duel, and son has to show her up and show her how it's done. Suikoden 2 is my favorite. Number 2, Shadow Hearts Covenant, old school PS2 game.
Oh God!
A lot of people say Expedition 33. Some of the aspects with the parry and the dodging, real-time action, kind of comes from there. Number 3. Halo 3. The whole reason I convinced one of my best friends in high school, and then after we graduated, his mom passed away, and he had money saved up that he had got after she had passed away from insurance and stuff like that. I was a wild kid. So I'm like, hey, that money you have saved up, let's go out and buy some Xboxes, and let's get Halo 3.
Yeah, let's have fun, right?
He probably would have done it anyways, to be honest. He was a big Elder Scrolls guy, and Oblivion was really hot.
Yep.
But Halo 3, countless hours. I met one of my best friends on Halo 3. I went to his wedding in 2009 without ever knowing this guy in person. Never met this guy.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
He invited me to his wedding. Me and my boss, I worked at Wendy's. We drove to Joplin, Missouri, 635 miles, stayed in the Hilton Hotel overnight just to go to this wedding. Absolutely amazing. Still best friends with that guy to this day. Number 4, Mass Effect series. And I will say series because if I say Mass Effect 1, which is the GOAT, Cog will flame you later. And,
it's 2, but okay. It is 2, but we'll let it slide.
It's two.
But we'll say the Mass Effect series, and it's a game that I'm like, I got it from Family Video when movie stores and video game rentals was still a thing. I'm like, I don't know if I like this game, so I took it back and never really played it. And then I tried it again when I was a little bit older, and I'm like, okay, this game's it. And then number 5 is going to be Command & Conquer 2 Red Alert, Yuri's Revenge. Specifically, Yuri's Revenge. I had a Windows 95 PC. Anytime we had a snow day for school, I was avoiding any type of chores and sneak into the computer room and play nothing but hours and hours of Command & Conquer. I will say one honorable mention, because it can give and take, is Kessen 2, which for the older gamers is Dynasty Warriors before Dynasty Warriors existed. But that's my 5 right there.
All right.
Wow, very diverse. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of RPG heavy. Very RPG
I'm
heavy.
a big RPG and JRPG
We
guy.
love to hear it.
Yes.
She does. No, I mean, I'm like just a little bit. But CHAREECE,
I love.
I would say Lady, and then Delilah, and then me.
Yeah.
As far as
absolutely.
excitement.
Yeah. You really kind of took me back with Suikoden. That goes back. Like, and then that series is kind of wild. So as far as RPGs, a lot of people skip that one. It's a really good. Everybody always gravitate towards the Final Fantasies or, So.
It's very unfortunate that they do, because if you've never played, and like I love the Final Fantasy series as well, but if you've never played Suikoden, you don't understand the importance of that franchise unless you actually give it a try.
Cool.
Yeah, I think what I liked is all your explanations for why. You can tell that you're somebody who just loves games, which I feel like, is everybody here. But like we just like playing.
Yeah, I especially love the story. You refer to like your best friend and meeting them like with so as far as like Halo and stuff like that. And you've been gaming with them for a while and going to that wedding. That's you've kind of read and heard stories like that before, but to kind of like see someone who's actually going through it is kind of cool. To be invited to the wedding though, that's huge. So
I was thoroughly shocked when I got a wedding invitation, because I don't even remember. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember how I got my address, because I don't remember telling him. And that was back in the Facebook days when you had the games and stuff. So like maybe he found it on there. Like I wasn't mad, but I also went back in 2020 right before the pandemic hit and visited again. I stayed with him and his wife for a week, and they took me out for my birthday. And
oh, that's awesome.
Great dude.
That's dope.
That's what we love to hear.
And that's like you said, 600 something miles. That's no small feat. Like you got to travel.
No, that's a lot. That's a real problem.
And my boss drove it, and my boss at the time, 59. I think he'd been 59. He was a Call of Duty guy, and still a Call of Duty guy. This was 09, and he's 59 in 09, and he still plays Call of Duty. He's a zombie
that's awesome.
guy.
That's gonna be me, y'all.
I know, right?
Yeah. Our generation, I will expect that our, assisted living facilities will literally have like VR game rooms, and like that's what's going to attract us to one of the bingo we're going to be playing. Yeah, exactly. Right. Instead of weekly bingo, we have a full apparatus for you to VR. And, yeah.
Mario,
Call of Duty Black Ops 43.
Right. Yeah, we have a room for Black Ops. Oh man.
Yo, long as I get like. Hopefully Elder Scrolls 7 be out by the end and I can play it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
She said 7.
I don't know about all that.
By then. Yeah.
I said maybe,
Yeah. And speaking of that, like I have to ask you, because you did say that Mass Effect was one of your series, right?
Yes.
Are you including Andromeda or no?
Oof.
Had to do it.
I don't have the same hate for Andromeda that many.
Okay.
Here we go. See?
Yeah.
When I played it, it didn't have all the. I didn't play it immediately when it came out, so I didn't experience all the facial animation issues, and the combat system is actually really good. I think if they could implement parts of that combat system into what I call Mass Effect 5, which I've talked about before on the website. Andromeda gets some unwarranted hate, but like I said, there was some facial animation stuff, and I guess if you played it when it came out, I guess you have right to complain. But I actually know someone who Andromeda is their favorite, Richard Hogue of Hogue Law.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Andromeda is his favorite Mass Effect. So
I don't
interesting.
Know if
She's like, I can't co-sign.
I played Andromeda when it first came out, and I enjoyed it. Mind you, now the story is not as good as like 2 to me, but like I don't know if I can say it's a favorite though.
I'm a Shepherd guy, so
Fem Shep. She gotta have the red hair. The red hair. See, especially when you're going Renegade. But I don't know about favorite of Andromeda. I'm about to think on that one. That's
look at your face. All right.
Commander Shepard is my. If I don't include certain aspects of like create your own characters, stuff like that, Commander Shepard's probably one of my favorite video game protagonists of all time, which I almost picked that as my favorite protagonist in an article I wrote at the end of the year, which LBOOGIE's been in the past couple years, and Lady Infamous was in one a couple of years ago. Commander Shepard is just legendary, and the way that I've always played him is someone I feel I could predicate my personal life off of. So Shepard's very important to me.
Wait. Okay, are you Paragon or are you Renegade? Or are you in the middle?
In Mass Effect 2, I lean more towards the Renegade, but I'd say I try to stay in the middle so to not mess up my facial features.
Oh, wow. I you know what? Next question. I'm just gonna move on because I had all the scars by the end of it. All the scars.
So you went full Renegade, basically.
Numerous times.
Yeah.
Again, some people are just stupid and need to be kicked out of a window.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, CHAREECE is very much, which I'll do this sometimes too, but very much the person who she's like, this is a video game, so I'm going to do the shit I can't do.
That part.
In real life.
If I'm playing a rogue type character like I did in Baldur's Gate, I'm definitely pickpocketing you. I'm stealing your hoard. I'm anything I can to be rich. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So the next question is the softball question. I don't know why the 5 is always like the hardest for everyone. I think we just
start
don't
putting that last instead of first. Like we need to
do the softball first. Yeah, we can do that. But the softball is like if you had to pick a meal to eat for the rest of your life, what would that meal be?
This might shock many people, but my favorite meal is grilled cheese and tomato soup, hands down. Easiest meal.
That's a comfort, right there. Yeah.
Growing up,
raining outside too, right?
I can eat it raining outside, hail, sleet, snow, 99 degrees. Anytime, and I have to dip my grilled cheese. I can't just
absolutely.
I have to have very minimal tomato soup left after I'm done. And I was the kid. My mom and my stepmom would always be like, "Well, how many do you want?" I'm like, "Give me 3." Sometimes 4. And she's like, "Well, I'll make you 2, and then if you eat 2, I'll give you the 3rd." And I never got the 3rd, to be honest. She never wanted to use the extra bread to give me the grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, sounds like me. Like you getting 2.
Oh yeah, tomato basil soup and a grilled cheese. Oh, yeah, beautiful.
You're gonna have to. I don't know if you do it yet, but you're gonna have to make a grown man grilled cheese. You know what I mean? With like where you're making the tomato soup. Because it's super easy.
Scratch, right?
Yeah.
Scratch,
yeah, you just throw them in there, you roast them, blend them, tomato soup. And then make you some nice grilled cheeses on some fat bread.
Texas toast type.
Yeah.
Right.
I honestly don't think I've ever had like a Texas toast grilled cheese. It's always just
you is missing out. You are come on.
It's always just been regular Wonder Bread.
Oh yeah, if you love grilled cheese, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely a comfort thing, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love it too. I that's one of my favorites too. Like a nice soup and some grilled cheese for sure.
All right. Well, we're at that part of the show where we talk about games. Okay. So, Chris, we'll give you a chance to talk about because you went to the community Xbox showcase, right?
I did. LA for the first time.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So
wait, question, because we were chatting earlier, and this man is from a small town.
Oh,
Where are you originally from? Where?
Well, I'm about 30 minutes southeast of Indianapolis, Indiana, and my previous city was only like 19 or 20,000 people, and then I moved from there to 202.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, so and I was like, when my town got a bit more people than you, that's saying something.
Yeah, that's small.
It's rough. It's definitely rough.
So that's where you're at right now, is a town of 200 people?
Yeah, 202 people, to where you could be we could live diagonally across the street from each other. You might have access to internet that I don't. It is
That's
mystical.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Me and my little
crazy.
dirt roads, we got you living
Yeah.
deep.
So, do you at least have a lot of land? Because I heard that's the benefit of like, you know, being in a small. No, okay.
I have no land here. This town has a post office that you have to have a PO box. You don't get a choice to have a mailbox.
Oh damn.
1 store and 3 roads.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so beat.
Post office not even
That's
coming
it.
out though. Like,
I don't have any dirt roads either. Like they're actual decent roads.
Okay,
We have
okay.
one, I guess one like.
so it's
street
really
light,
like
so to
just like a
speak.
satellite town is what I'm feeling like.
That's what it
I'm
seemed like, right? So wait. So do you have how far do you got to travel to get to like make your purchases and?
Yeah, like if you wanted to go to
They
Best
have
Buy.
they have a very small convenience store, but when I go to make my purchase, I will just drive to where I used to live. It's like 10 to 15 minutes away, depending on how fast I drive or if I hit the highway.
Okay.
Nearest gas station's like probably the same 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
That's not too bad. But it just sounds like it's like a small off town, right? Like you're close
Yeah.
to everything, but you're just
So are you gonna try to be the mayor? Because like.
Oh no. With I mean, if I was going to be a mayor, you know, bring in King David, maybe Cog would be the spokesperson.
You got to bring the squad. You got to bring the
Yeah.
squad.
I bring the team.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see the ads for it though.
right? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that would be a hilarious campaign, though. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so how was Community Game Fest? Tell us about it.
It was an experience like no other for me. Never been to LA. The biggest city I had ever been to was Boston, and I met Lady a couple years ago, 2024, and I was a PAX guy. I was kind of, I'll admit, I was upset when I found out that we weren't going to go to PAX. I could have went myself, but I don't have the video equipment that the team has.
Yeah. Sure.
But obviously, they're doing the Tokyo thing this year, and they didn't know they were going to get to go to either event.
Okay.
So they ultimately chose the bigger one, which is LA. So I'm like, well, I'll tough out the 4-hour flight. I'll go there. Never been there. Cog's always had my back. He's a big motivator, I guess is a good term for Cog. Cog is will never leave anybody hanging, especially the new people. Went to LA, met so many people. I run all the social media, so I'm trying to network and everything for everybody. It's all about building the brand and, you know, getting those opportunities. And LA was perfect for that. And by the end of the trip, after meeting Sarah and Phil and Aaron and Jason and Ben Starr, NBA player Matt Barnes,
Oh wow.
Stein, just you always Jake Baldino, just all these different content creators and stuff. Paris, Khalif, Danny and his wife. A big takeaway for me before I get into the games is just that going there and, you know, getting my name out there, because nobody really knew who I was. Just some random guy with a weird C Unit name on the internet. To have Destin Legary or Paris or Danny or Khalif randomly sit down at the table and talk to me as if I'm an equal, I guess is a good way. Talk to me as I'm an equal. The respect is well appreciated, because sometimes I feel the big time people, the Parises, the Khalifs, whatever, sometimes they don't give smaller people the time of day.
Oh yeah.
And so I knew they were going to be there, but I had no idea of what going into this experience was going to be like without Cog or King or, you know, the focal points of ILP that you know them. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm just kind of, I always felt until this event like I was the redheaded stepchild, I guess, of Lords of
You're
Gaming
behind the
for a while.
scenes, right? So
Yeah.
So people don't get, you're not.
But now I'm out there, you know, the Destins, the Parises, the Khalifs, lots of positive conversation, people treating me as equal. So I can't overstate how much that respect meant to me. But the games, Hideo Kojima on stage at Summer Games Fest, seeing Sonic creator poke jokes at Nintendo, the Xbox Community Showcase, which kudos to Ben Kenobi. If you don't know him out there on Twitter, definitely check out Ben Kenobi's story. It's been stated a couple times. Xbox canceled FanFest. Him, as well as a few others, Ains of Seasoned Gaming, along with other people, threw it together in less than a month. And for what it was, it turned out great. There's videos of like the celebration of people in attendance, just of like the Xbox handheld being announced, or when Final Fantasy was announced, or Invincible, which I had no idea why everybody was jumping up about Invincible, but Khalif and King, I thought King was going to tear a hamstring jumping out of his seat when these things came on the screen. So honestly, I'm kind of still soaking in this trip because, like I said, Indiana's not a giant state, and the cities I've lived in is small. So like, I'm kind of still absorbing everything. And Cogs kind of talked to me a couple times about it since and asked me my thoughts. But they had a lot of positive gaming experience. Obviously, there was some behind the scenes stuff with the Splitgate guy that hit social media.
Yeah.
Even like 2.5 minutes after the guy was on stage, I was on social media seeing stuff. The riots were happening while we were there. Luckily, nothing serious happened in the area that we were in. But like I said, just from what I've said now, it's just putting my feelings into words is difficult. It was an experience, and I love it. And I'm now an LA guy and no longer a PAX guy, and I'm ready to go back.
Cool.
All right. Well, that was good. I'm glad you had a good time. You know, LA is my stomping ground. So I don't know. Like, I grew up around all that. So, but yeah. What are some of your highlight games from the Xbox Showcase?
Specifically, the Xbox Showcase. I'm a VR guy. Cog's a VR guy. I know VR gets a lot of hate. A lot of people aren't interested, but when they started popping on the Deadpool stuff, the humor and comedy within the room absolutely draw me. Deadpool's my favorite superhero movie. A lot of people don't include that as like, the Supermans, the Batmans, whatever, but absolutely stoked to see this Deadpool VR game. I know Hip Hop Gamer was pretty big on it, but the obvious suspect of Clockwork Revolution.
Yes.
In Exile went far above and beyond what I know them as, because I've never really played a lot of In Exile games. Wasteland 3, I think, was my first entry. And this is not that. This is so much more than that. The humor, being able to shoot somebody, rewind time, pull your bullets back, shoot somebody else. And the In Exile team on social media, when it comes to just
hilarious.
Promoting everything, just has me dying all the time.
Yeah.
And the other one that I'll mention, two other ones, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. A lot of people know Bam Margera's history with alcoholism.
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with Bam.
As far as I know, he's clean, and Tony Hawk refused to not have Bam in this game. So to stand by his friend, I fully support this game. I'm a big Tony Hawk kid. I tried skateboarding when I was younger. I sucked, so I know how to skateboard. But to see Bam Margera pop on the screen, immediately play CKY, Bam's history with that music group, that almost got me out of my seat. And then the handheld. I know it's not a game, but I've not had a handheld since PSP. I was a big PSP guy, and I'm looking forward to playing my Xbox games at work when I should be doing my job.
Wait, so you don't have a Switch? You don't have a Switch?
I do, but I have.
Ain't nobody playing that.
I have my Switch for. I'm a big Pokemon online guy, so I have my Switch. And when I had a Nintendo 64, I played the Game Boy games on my TV. The Super Game Boy for Super NES, I played my Pokemon games on my TV. I always wanted Nintendo to have another console to play my Pokemon games on TV. So I have my Switch for TV. You have it. I made the mistake, and I will never make this mistake again, to go on a flight without any video game, anything.
For 4 hours? You did that for 4 hours?
Oh, yeah. I messed up
wow.
big time.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to have a TV in the seat in front of me, so I watched ESPN silently because they ran out of earbuds.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And one more thing, Outer Worlds 2, the direct afterwards, I don't remember the guy's name, but whoever hosted the direct, super looking forward to Outer Worlds 2, but whoever hosted the direct was the perfect person. It was absolutely hilarious, all the skits that they did. So that's specifically, and like there's other stuff, like I'm a big ESO guy, PvP, and Age of Mythology. I mentioned Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. Age of Mythology has another class coming out, another race, so I'm looking forward to that. But those are kind of my standouts. I know I said a lot.
No, you're good. It's awesome. I'm glad. I mean, I think some of those are my standouts as well, but I'll wait to give mine. The ladies, we can talk about our standouts from the Xbox showcase. Oh,
yeah, and I definitely want us to give grades because we didn't get to give grades, at all, because we didn't get to have like a live watch or anything like that. Well, I didn't personally.
Yeah, you. But I definitely, I'm like,
y'all did, but I didn't get a chance to kind of like say how I felt about the show.
I would love to hear it.
It's some crazy. So I mean, but first I want to ask Chris, like, what if you had to grade? I mean, I know your experience is a little skewed because you was in LA. You got the kind of experience the community. We're very familiar with what that's like. Being there live is very different than watching it on on YouTube or at home. It's the vibes, you can feel the energy, like it's amazing, right? But I definitely want to get your grade. Like, what would you, if you had to think about like everything you saw as far as the Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Showcase, if you want to kind of put them in buckets, if you would say more so like Summer Game Fest, what would you give that grade? If you had to grade the Xbox Showcase, what would you give that? So yeah, just share what you would grade, then I'll chime in and give my own.
Summer Games Fest, the big standout for me was probably the Game of Thrones game, and I'm not a guy that watched Game of Thrones, so I don't care about what happened in season 8. What I care about is this is an RTS, and Chris likes RTS games.
Oh man,
Hideo Kojima, the Sonic creator. I can never remember what his name is, but I'd have to give it probably, I'd say like an 8.5. The Sonic Racer game also is a big standout to have Ichiban. I'm a big Yakuza guy, thanks to COG. The Minecraft guy, I think, and I could be wrong. We know Nintendo fans are ravenous for Mario Kart, but I think,
of course,
with this being cross-platform and all that stuff, I think this Sonic game could give it a run for its money. And I can't remember the character's name. I did a podcast this morning, and they told me what her name was, but the very popular female character that they have, and the other characters like Joker, Ichiban, Minecraft Steve, being able to do partner deals and bring stuff like that to this Sonic game, I think has a big potential to push Mario Kart in the dirt.
Wow, that's a bold statement. Just like a Mario Kart, like
in the dirt.
Right. Okay, so you just mentioned the Summer Game Fest. You said you give it like a 8.5. What about the Xbox Showcase?
If they wouldn't have showed Final Fantasy, probably would have been a lower score. And it's not as good as last year. Last year's was just they unloaded a bazooka and blew up the building. I'd say probably a 9.3.
Still high.
It could be slightly skewed, but there's just so much stuff that they offered. Like, I'm not really a big platformer guy, but the Super Meat Boy 3D had me interested. I'm an anime guy, so I understand when CHAREECE goes to the Genshin Impacts and all other stuff. But solo leveling, I'm a big solo leveling guy, as many people are. So to see Xbox, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but this did not have a PlayStation symbol on it. I'm sure it will at some point, but for the show it did not. But to have an anime style game come to Xbox before PlayStation is crazy to me, because PlayStation and Nintendo have always been known for that type of stuff. So I'd say 9.3, 9.4. And obviously, if you've seen the video, you see how people reacted to the Final Fantasy, the Xbox handhelds, and all that stuff. So definitely 9.3, 9.4.
Ooh, yeah, we definitely got to talk about that handheld. I got questions. All right, so I'm gonna give my score too, because I didn't get a chance to. But if I had to give it a score, I would give it a solid B. So like more like an 8.5.
For which
Well,
one?
I get-
Summer Game Fest or
for the Xbox Showcase. I don't even want to talk about this Summer Game Fest. I mean, it's because only like a handful of things that I like there. But as far as the Xbox Showcase, I thought they did a good job as far as pacing. You know, I think they got it down now as far as like how they show the games, what they show, the variety. Like to me, I think they killing the like they nail the variety every year. It's like you get a nice plethora of titles. You know, like platformers, like he mentioned Super Meat Boy, that stood out to me. Grounded 2 for sure. High on Life 2, like it makes me want to. I'm at the last part of High on Life, and I'm like, I need to finish that, especially since I know that the sequel's coming. What else? The one that Asobo's doing, the Plague, like a Plague Tale, like it's Resonance. I think it's called Resonance. That looked crazy. Like I'm curious about like how that plays, like what's gonna be the hook, because you know in Plague Tale, you know, you had the rats and you had the brother and the sister and that dynamic. So I'm curious what this game, since it's kind of related to that series, like what it's gonna play like. That was a standout. Let's see, Indiana Jones got some DLC, which I'm cool with. I absolutely love Indy.
You know it's gonna be hard though, because it's the Order of the Giants.
Yeah,
I know.
I was like, those are those big motherfuckers.
Them jokers, yes, okay. But being the Xbox fangirl that I am, I did not like seeing the PlayStation logo on everything.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I thought that was a little bit like, I was a
yeah.
little salty, but you know, hey, long as you know they paid me to play.
I read a
now,
report. I don't know how true this is, but like now officially, Microsoft is like the biggest third-party publisher on PlayStation.
Yeah, absolutely. I told you they're too big. My Xbox is inevitable, so you know, kill all those narratives. You know, kill those narratives. But I think the last thing, it was cool to see Final Fantasy for sure, and the fact they shadow dropped 16. Like, was it 16? Right? Shadow dropped one.
I already bought it.
No,
how you bought it? Wait, how you bought Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox, knowing you had issues with it on PlayStation?
She just come on.
I can tell you why right now, because I understand the simple fact of money talks, bullshit walks. If I want more Final Fantasy games on Xbox, somebody got to buy that shit,
right?
And my dumb ass will.
It's okay.
You're right, though.
Yeah. And so Chris mentioned like Clockwork Revolution. Man, the fact that Xbox gave them more time, they had a lot of time. Like if you think about, they could have easily cut them short and put another game there. Yeah. But they gave Clockwork Revolution, to me, it's just due, because I went from like being kind of interested in that game to now like it's in my top 5. Like I gotta play Clockwork Revolution. It just looks good. The way you can customize the weapons, it gives me BioShock vibes. Like everything about it, just and the way they're telling the story, the animations, the way they transition between the characters and stuff, is fire. So I'm excited about that. And then the last thing I'll mention, which y'all know, this group is very high on my list, would be Double Fine and Keeper. Like they are notorious for doing unique games, and so when I saw that, I'm like, oh wow, so you're playing as a lighthouse.
We were like, this is a Delilah game.
For sure. Yeah, because you know you're playing as a lighthouse, and I'm like, man, this is like wow, with no arms, you just kind of like lollygagging around. So I'm like, I'm interested to see how do you make a game like that fun. You know what I mean? Because it's extremely unique. We haven't seen it. Like it was a good show, but I mean, last year was just a nuke. Like it was a crazy. So, but you know, if you pay attention to that showcase and listen to like what Phil said regarding like 2025, like the anniversary, the 2025.
Yeah. As soon as I was like, it's gonna be.
It's Fable. You know, you got your the pillars with Halo, Gears, and Forza. Well, we don't know about Halo, but you know, you definitely got Fable, Halo, and Gears. All of them dropping in the same year. Next year's going to be even crazier. So, man, kudos to Xbox, man, because you know we all know from this show like the kind of droughts they've had. You know what I'm saying, and then they're not knowing as far as the game quality. I feel like everything has been stepped up over the past few years. So I'm super proud of them. Yeah, I'm a little biased for sure, but I'm definitely proud of like that team and what they've been able to kind of do. So yeah, but I still give it a B because like just when you compare it to last year, it's just no comparison.
All right. So, CHAREECE, since you're taking a sip of water, do you want to give us your grade and your highlights? Let's try to like your top 3 highlights, because I know Delilah didn't watch the show live, so I kind of let her, have
Thank you.
Full rant, you know what I mean?
I got you, girl.
Oh, okay, cool.
Top 3. First of all, again, Final Fantasy. Just straight up.
All right. Go ahead.
Again, I know it's redundant, but like,
I know.
Even though I have the game on PlayStation, but I didn't buy that. I did buy it for Xbox, but again, 16 is there. We don't have that many. Well, we do. I take that back. Apparently, we have like all the mainline games for Final Fantasy now
you do.
on Xbox.
Every single one, because backwards compatibility.
Yes,
PlayStation doesn't.
It's just simple the fact we need these games on here. So that's number 1. Cloud Revelation, that's 2, and I'm looking at the list right now. I got a tie. Outer Worlds and Solo Leveling. It depends on what day of the week I'm talking about. They switch back and forth, but those are my top 3.
All right. And what's your grade?
It's B+.
B+. Okay.
B+. It was a solid show. I was happy.
It was a solid show. Yeah.
I got too much shit to play.
All right. No argument here. And to play anywhere, y'all.
Oh man, listen. Fire.
Yo. So again, I bought Final Fantasy on Xbox, but I'm playing it on my PC. Like,
right? Like I don't have to buy it again. It's just there.
Beautiful.
And I play it. Like so, and then I go. Yeah. We're gonna talk about the handheld in a little bit. So, Lady, your grade and your top 3.
My overall, it was a great experience. Period. Because it's Xbox. We all here like Xbox people, even though we got everything. We just lean towards Xbox a little bit.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I enjoyed. I would, if I had to say top 3, it's gonna be Outer Worlds 3 times. Outer Worlds 2 3 times.
Really? That's the most. I mean, and nothing else caught your fancy.
I mean, everything was
not even Invincible
or Clockwork.
Clockwork was cool.
But you get 3. You get 3, girl.
You like Dylan.
Right, basically.
There were great titles. Yes, most of them are in Game Pass. So most likely, I'm gonna dibble dabble to those ones that were.
So basically, Game Pass was your top. You're happy with Game Pass.
I'm happy with Game Pass at this moment. Yes, I am. But if we talk about a game that tickled my fancy the most, it had to be Outer Worlds 2. I'm a sucker for Obsidian. I love what they do with their games. I love the writing that they do, and I love the world that they create. And that's what gaming to me is mostly about for me. I need to play a game that's going to get me away from this apartment and go to their world and go to their stories. You know what I mean? And with Obsidian, they always did that well to me. So
and the humor, like they nail it. They nail it. They do a great job.
They do a great job.
I just noticed that, like, one thing I want to plug in real quick when it comes to Outer Worlds too, because I beat the first game. I'm able to like look at it and notice the differences. Like the animations is way better. The third person is way better. Like you could tell they definitely stepped it up a notch for 2. Which it's not just a second.
It's like
that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's in what I saw from the showcase and the behind the scenes. It's a slight improvement. It's improvement from the previous title, and I'm good with that. Yeah. So cool. That's it for me. The grade, I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Okay. We're all like in the B ranges.
We're all, yeah.
Oh, but I do got to give kudos to Xbox because they did have some nice transitions. You know, I always look at the transitions of how the showcase is produced. So they really improved on the transitions for the last couple of years. So I'm proud of that as well.
Yeah, I think the pacing, like Delilah said, it was nice. Like you didn't feel like a lull, like, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
So one thing I want to mention, I just have to, because of the legacy that this title means to the Xbox is Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm so glad it's releasing this year. So,
you did. Yeah, that was another one we said it was the Delilah game because Delilah, we're gonna have words right now because I already know I'm gonna download this game and I'm gonna get stuck So I'm gonna need you to stream this game so I can see the ending of the game.
Ooh, do not lock me into a bed or streaming. Like
I gotta see how it ends out. Oh my god.
Okay, maybe. I'll put it as a maybe. You know,
maybe. All right, we gotta have y'all harass Delilah then on the socials and tell her that you want her to stream Ninja Gaiden 4 on the ladies.
Just for CHAREECE can watch it.
It's because if y'all know me, y'all know that Ninja Gaiden Black is in my top 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely I'm ready. Like I can't wait to get my hands on that. Just to kind of see how if they tweak the combo system a little bit and some of the skills. But yeah.
All right. Okay. So for me, quick. The huge standouts, top 3 would be Outer Worlds, 2, Clockwork, and The Blood of the Dawnwalker. I had already been sending the ladies stuff about this game because I was like, who is doing this game? Who's going to show it at their showcase? And I was so happy to see Xbox show it at their showcase.
That's when you're a vampire, right? Like
yes.
Yeah.
You're like you're half vampire.
Yeah.
So y'all know I love me some vampire stories. I'm all in. It looks great. I didn't ask you guys this, and I think it'd be kind of funny. So, what did you see at the Xbox showcase that could have not been shown?
Oh,
I got
easy.
it. That's a good. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's easy. I don't know. Look at Chris. Yeah. Like, what game did they show that you were like, y'all could have kept that?
I might get booted off the show.
All right.
They didn't need to show Call of Duty.
Oof.
Yo.
No complaints here.
No complaints either.
Or if they did, like, not last. But
right?
Yeah.
We know Call of Duty is coming every year. Save that spot for something else.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
like Clockwork could have been there.
I'd vote Call of Duty.
Right?
Yeah. Or even the Xbox handheld could have been the one more thing. Like,
yeah.
Or the Final Fantasy.
That would have been
I think it would have popped more.
Yeah.
Even though everybody already did pop. Like if they had the Final Fantasy stuff at the very end. But I do play Call of Duty. I'm just not as big into it. And the spot could have been used for something else.
And don't you feel that the way that they showed it made you think it was going to be something else? Like I almost wish from the story that it was a different game.
I thought it was a Starfield DLC. I thought it was a Starfield DLC or something like that. I didn't even know it was Call of Duty.
Yeah, it didn't look like a traditional Call of Duty kind of, setup.
Because they putting that futuristic stuff on a I don't know. It's the drugs. It's the drugs on the Black Ops. They're giving them hallucinations and stuff like that. And then with Black Ops 7, it's a direct sequel to Black Ops 2. And if you played the campaign for Black Ops 2, you had a choice what to do with Menendez. You had 2 choices at the end of the game. So I want to see, as far as the story mode is concerned, how they move him in there into that story. Because Menendez is like one of the toughest villains in Call of Duty history. I think behind Shepard.
Yo, I just want to know how I'm supposed to keep track of the storylines.
Look, go to YouTube, be like complete Call of Duty timeline, and they got you. It's gonna be like 4 hours. You can do some dishes, you can do some chores, you can go on a ride. But I'm more intrigued on Black Ops 7's story versus their multiplayer. Because they ain't been getting that shit right for 2 years. 2 years. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Go ahead.
You missed it, Delilah, but Lady and I both have uninstalled Call of Duty.
What?
Yeah, I made Lady show proof.
Like they ain't
Stop playing. That's big for y'all. Hold on.
Because it's not
well,
fun
especially
no
for
more.
Lady, but yeah.
It ain't fun no more. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
What? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Delilah.
I was gonna say, what filled that gap for y'all then? If you're not playing COD,
We're searching.
The Division, look, the Division.
Yeah, that
Division
too.
2 and Rainbow Six Siege X.
Not Division 2. Come on, y'all.
Division 2, no, they just had some new DLC that dropped where you go into Brooklyn.
Battle New York or something.
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
the Brooklyn one.
Battle
So
for
we started
Brooklyn,
playing that. And then Siege is doing a bunch of updates. So
Siege, okay.
And they just had their 10-year plan. They did their 10-year plan, what was it, 2 weeks ago? And that dropped. So I don't know.
COD?
Yeah.
Look, I'll be back.
Right. But I'm just downloading the story. I'm not downloading Warzone and all that other.
Word on the street is there's no more Warzone. They're trying to phase that out, and then they're trying to phase in Blackout. If anybody who played Call of Duty, they know Blackout was the Blackout version of Warzone back in the day. So what I heard, they're trying to phase Warzone out to phase Blackout in. But you know what I'm saying?
I feel like people. But it's okay.
I don't care. They need to fix them. They need to fix them servers. They need to fix them cheaters. Stop putting out AI generated.
And you know what? Now that you say that sounds smart. Like if they move everybody onto a new one where they've already fixed some of the issues, then they can go back and work on the servers and work on the Warzone game and then bring that back in once they figure out the cheater shit. Because when you have a live service like that, I bet you it's much harder for them to actively work on keeping the cheaters out when the game is still live. Mm-hmm. So
okay, so just so we can back on track there to answer the question, on what I feel like they shouldn't have showed or didn't have to.
Grade, though, I just thought about that.
Yeah. What's your grade though, real quick?
I would say B. I wouldn't say B plus, but B.
B. Okay. So what I think they shouldn't have shown, which and I feel like I've said this before. Oh God, I know I'm gonna probably get some flack for this, but it's really two. It's a tie. It's kind of like Sea of Thieves and Fallout 76.
I get it.
And Elder Scrolls Online, like those three, like I'm like, we see those every showcase. Yeah. Like I need them to have like their own little mini showcase, stand out, like some sort of, MMO, always online update show. Like it ain't a separate thing. Them
like all these are getting updated. Hell yeah. Yes. Because like I'm tired of y'all talking about West Virginia. Like I don't care about West Virginia no more.
It's just that those communities are so large. And like
huge. I know.
I can understand where you're coming from for their own show. But I feel like they want to give them their, in the big stage, give them their own spotlight.
It's like, where's Halo? Like Halo has their own.
Ma'am.
I'm always gonna ask that.
If that's the case, what the fuck was Fable? But anyway,
Well, see, Halo has a multiplayer component. That's what I'm saying.
Like, right? That's ongoing game.
Okay.
Yeah, ongoing. Right.
All right, CHAREECE. What was your could have stayed in the drafts?
Oh my God, I'm looking at the list, and honestly, I know all of y'all gonna be mad at me about this one. I ain't got enough for Tony Hawk.
Okay.
Oh, girl, yeah, you can go.
I mean, I'm waiting for the next one. I do like Pro Skater, like Chris. I thought I was going to be a skateboarder until I fell, and then I no longer wanted to skateboard. But yeah, in LA and everything, right? Like I'm part of skater culture, so I always played all the Tony Hawks. I'm ready for the 5, but I'll dabble because it's on Game Pass.
No, I couldn't. That could have sat in the drafts.
All right.
They could have sent it out an email later on.
Yeah, you really
right. She's tearing it apart. So Chris
I never got into
Call of Duty. All right, ma'am. Chris said Call of Duty. Delilah said Sea of Thieves, Fallout, and what else?
Elder Scrolls Online.
CHAREECE said Tony Hawk. Lady, what'd you say? Did you say
Elder Scrolls Online?
Elder Scrolls Online.
They could have kept that in the draft because the trailer for their new season, the promotional presentation looks so goddamn good. But when you actually download it, you're so behind. How you gonna catch up?
You gotta play catch up. Yeah.
You gotta play catch up. And then it don't look like the presentation.
Yeah, it don't look like that.
It don't look like that. That presentation was great. It looked good. I love the concept, but watch me download it and be like, oh, it doesn't look the same, or oh, you're a couple of DLCs behind. Then you gotta play catch up, and then you gotta find people to play with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so for mine, and y'all can hate me, but I don't care about this game. It's Final Fantasy, especially the complete edition. Like. Stop showing me old shit. You know what I mean? Like I keep telling y'all, like stop remaking old shit. But then I'm not like I don't care about Final Fantasy. So when it come on, my eyes glaze over and I think about other shit. So
I know, right?
What about the 16? That's brand new.
No, I don't want
It's
that.
An action game. It's an action game though.
Yeah, it's straight up action. I feel like that shouldn't even be 16. It should be Final Fantasy.
It needs to be a spin-off. Yeah,
it
should play like. Yeah.
I said that when
all right, well, I'm not paying $50 for it, so yeah.
That's what I did. That's you know how we have our hate games? There you go.
All right. Well, I feel like those were the showcase vibes. We didn't talk about the handheld though. And I'm gonna speed up a little bit, just because, you know, at a certain point we get to food o'clock and people be ready to get off here. So let's talk about the handheld. And specifically what I want to talk about is, how do you feel about it not being a Xbox first party system, not made by Microsoft, right? And then how do you feel about its versatility? Like, and then are you gonna get it? Yeah, whoever wants to go first.
Okay, so
anybody.
How do I to answer the first question? How do I feel about it not being an official licensed first party based handheld? I think I'm okay with this because it's unproven, right? Like,
yeah, we
know that who's doing it? Like ROG or Republic of Gamers. Like, we know that they're familiar in the space. So I'm okay with that. I think this is a good way to kind of test the waters to see if something like that if the market's primed for something like this. We don't know what the price point's going to be, so it's a good business step in the right direction. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's smart because, you know, you can get to kind of use your R&D for something else, or if you want to do a handheld later, you can, because you kind of know this is what the temperature says we need to make. You can kind of hone in on the market a little bit and be focused. So I think it's smart play by them. But when I look at the spec sheet and I look at everything, for me, the standout, believe it or not, is the software. Because if you could if you've ever looked, you know, used a handheld with Windows, you know that there's a bit of a hassle, right? You got the desktop experience you have to deal with before you can even get to your games. You have to install, because you really just have like a PC on a small screen. You're trying to kind of manage everything, and you typically need to hook up to a keyboard and mouse in order to kind of do all of your setup. So for them to streamline this, you know, is great, and that you can still play all your libraries and everything is accessible through the joysticks. I think that is the game changer here. To me, it takes a page out of Steam's playbook and says, look, this is how you get to your games quicker, and this, you don't have to worry about fiddling around with Windows. You can still get to Armory Crate to make your tweaks. Like, it's to me, it's brilliant play, right? And I just hope that the software that they're making can be able to be kind of ported to other devices, because I can easily see them basically having a stronghold on that Windows market of handhelds, like saying, look, you know, we have the ultimate of the optimum operating system for your handhelds. You can play all your Steam games, you can play, you know, anything that you have on PC, you can, you know, Epic Store, you can was the GWG and all of them, like, you can access all of that. Only thing that just got me scared about the device, because I definitely want one, is the price point.
Hell yeah.
And so yeah, and I want the biggest one. I want the Ally X. I don't want the, you know, the base.
The 512. She want the
I want all the bells and whistles. Right. You know what I mean?
Same.
So if my husband's listening, they, you know, that's what I want. So we're putting it out there right now, like, as soon as things drop, like, you know.
Don't worry. I was like, y'all not gonna put a link? Like, we're really not putting a link or nothing? No pre-orders today? Okay.
Yeah,
I just want that software to be perfect.
Okay, anybody else? Who else wants to jump in? Chris, I see you opening your mouth. Come
on. I think people are going to be shocked at how expensive these things are. I will say in LA, I don't have a confirmed price, but it's going to shock people how expensive it is.
Okay.
You talking 800, 900?
Yeah, we were talking 800.
Rack. Like, what you talking?
Because the X right now is already 800.
Yeah, the standard rock, right?
I'm going to predict, and I know King has his price point from someone he talked to, but I'm going to say it's at least 900 for the
512,
the more expensive one.
Okay.
And the cheaper one's probably like $700, and if not, it's going to be 800 and 1,000. And like Delilah said, I'm fine with it not being specifically an Xbox branded thing, because like she said, it frees up development for other things. And We know we are nearing the end of all these console besides Switch, but nearing the end of PS5 and Xbox Series. So it frees up the extra work for people like Jason Ronald to do more work for making the next console experience, so to speak. And
Sure.
I'm not an Asus guy yet. I know COG has had a lot of experience with this stuff. COG, King, Soft, they all have one. COG was the one that went behind the scenes with the ROG Ally X and S, so he'd be the one to talk to more about it. But he says the experience that he had was absolutely seamless. He played Gears Reloaded. Everything was smooth. You know, the active reloads and Gears, everything worked just fine. Switching from, you know, the Xbox, and I even talked to Paris, switching from the Xbox to Steam to, you know, you'll be able to switch to Discord, Battle.net, everything works seamlessly. It wasn't a Windows mode type thing. So like full screen Xbox experience, full screen Steam, and to not have to have, you know, the initial PC stuff, the mouse and the keyboard. I'm not a PC guy. I have a laptop that I play some games on, but to have access to my Steam library, which I have like 10 games, I would love to be able to play that just in my hands, on my couch. And the way they designed it so that it feels like an Xbox controller, everybody is touting how good it feels. So super excited. Not excited for the price. Like I said, 9 and 7 or 8 and 1,000. So.
Yeah, I know that for me, like I have a Steam Deck OLED now, and the biggest issue I have with it is that like we have to have a non-Steam game launcher program on the Linux, right? We have to go in and set that up to be able to download stuff, and then every time there's an update, a lot of our games won't work because it's not native to Steam and all that stuff. So that gets annoying. I mean, while I do enjoy my Steam Deck, I enjoy being able to play like my Xbox games there, my Steam library there are some headaches with it, right? And then again, you don't get to play across, right? So if I buy it on Steam, I plan it on Steam. At least with this, I'll have Play Anywhere and I can just play back and forth, no issue. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to buy it like now. Like you guys said, I feel like I need to see more of the specs of what's actually in the machine. But if you just look up the standard ROG Ally X right now, that's sitting at about 800. So that's what I'm assuming that the price will be. But obviously they can decide it needs to be 900 or 1,000. So we'll see what that is. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to buy it.
Yeah, and I also read like they got the spec sheet officially like on the website, like all, you know. But I also read that like it's expandable. Like you can pair this with like a graphics card and potentially get more power. I don't know where I saw that, but I think you can expand it a little bit.
Yeah, no, I did see that they said that more news would be coming in the coming months. So I'm assuming that they're going to show maybe a deeper dive at Gamescom.
Yeah, and then including a charger stand. So I'm excited for this though. Like I had a Steam Deck, which I gave to my husband. So now I don't have one, and it's gonna be my one. You feel me? So I'm excited for it.
All right, CHAREECE lady, you guys can put your input.
The price point is just gonna kill me, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I think that I hope they price it well that everybody can be able to access it with their pockets. But since we saw what Nintendo did, I know it's gonna be a little bit of a higher price range.
Yeah.
But the good part about it, you have more stuff to do with the Xbox handheld. Put that right there. My issue is also the price and the battery life. You know, and then not only that, is it 8 hours? I didn't see the battery life.
The battery life, when CHAREECE and I looked it up, looks like it's double the wattage of the battery that's on our Steam Deck. So
yeah, and I can get a solid 4 out of
yeah.
yeah.
So it should be a pretty decent battery. I mean, I think the thing is though, with what you're saying, lady, is like they're gonna have the lower model one, and for those who can't afford the bigger model, that's why they have the lower model.
I understand, but 520 gigabytes ain't. I mean, 512. Sorry, 512 ain't a lot.
But they got expandable storage though. You can use a micro SD card and expand it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, you can definitely get the white one and get the SD card and it'll be capable machine. But for me, like I look at the fact that the X has a better processor, a better battery life, and more storage. Like it may justify the higher price point.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can't imagine myself playing RimWorld on that handheld.
Of all games, you will play RimWorld?
Right?
Yeah,
RimWorld.
Yes.
You got like a Vampire Survivors
on a Raspberry Pi.
You don't even need this for that.
Right.
No, but it's my choice to play it though, right?
Yeah, sure, but something
You
this
can get the
powerful.
little version. Don't even look at the big version.
Exactly.
Don't even look at the big version.
Don't even worry about getting the X.
Yeah, don't even worry about the big version price point. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you, sir. RimWorld is a great game. Thank you. You're like the
No
only
one says not saying it's bad, but I'm like, this much power, you don't need this.
Right.
Like
that's like buying a Ferrari and only driving in parking lots.
Well,
Can we not talk about parking lots?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Reese.
This is the Xbox handheld is strictly a want item. You have to want it. I'm saying people that got limited pockets or limited access to pockets, save up today because not only that you got to buy the handheld, if you're trying to travel with it, you're gonna have to get you a bag. You're gonna have to get you the whole little kit just to store it and carry it around. So I just can't wait to see more of the news about this product real soon.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not gonna get it first quarter though. I can tell you that right now. I'm not getting it when it first comes out, but I'll get it later down. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm sort of like Boogie. I got a Steam Deck, and we do play our Xbox games on it, but there's such a workaround, and I pretend not to be tech savvy.
For real.
She
Help me, I'm stupid.
Then 10 minutes later, I got it.
Yeah, that's like, you know, I pretend. But like the simple joy to be just sitting down on my ass and just playing a game, it's gonna be top it. So I am getting this. My husband does not know it yet, but he's paying for it.
He don't listen to the show either. Because he don't listen to the show.
He don't listen to the show.
Right.
Okay.
He literally just come and stand right here and like he's like, hey, and then he walks away. That's his input. But like he's buying it. I just need them to do the link so I can go ahead and put his information in.
Where the link?
And
Shout out to the husbands buying it.
You know, I just like if this had came first, I wouldn't have bought the Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, right.
Facts.
Yeah, I think it was Delilah too that was telling me, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna get the OLED yet. I'm gonna wait.
She did say that. I remember that.
Well, but I still think I'm gonna be able to sell my. No. I wasn't insinuating that. I'm just saying that she was just like, because she thought, and to clarify, Delilah thought that this period of time, this E3 period, that Steam would have announced.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Their new handheld.
Because
that's where the conversation had started. Because she was just holding out because she thought Steam. We had just totally wrote Xbox off the board.
Yeah, but they kept throwing like little nuggets, like maybe we'll partner,
right?
Maybe,
yeah. So yeah,
I'm kind of glad. It's and just to be fair, like we don't know when the official release date for this thing is. So
right.
I mean,
it would be smart if it was this holiday.
Yeah,
that would be nice. I'm going to
They did say this holiday.
Oh,
okay. So there you go.
Yeah,
they said coming this holiday, and then they had Silk Song on the background too, which a lot of people
see. They're gonna kill Nintendo sales Christmas sales.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, because I'm not getting a Switch 2. If I get this, I'm not getting a Switch 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be forever before I get a Switch 2. Like they might get some of kids that don't know no better.
I need Metroid Prime 4. Like, that's what I need.
They're not giving it to you. They giving you Mario Kart 10 with extra people.
Like, they need to stop playing. Like,
yeah,
we'll buy when Animal Crossing drops.
Woo, not Animal Crossing. Y'all killing me.
Animal Crossing needs some updates though, but Animal Crossing is like, it's just one of them games you can play where you don't have to like really
do it.
You don't have to think like that.
Yeah, little cozy game.
Right, it's a cozy game. Okay. Do we have any other thoughts on the Xbox showcase? I feel like we went in pretty heavy.
No, we're good.
All right. So, we have 2 topics, and then there's going to be some tidbits, and then we get the fuck off here. Okay. Yeah. So, Nintendo sales were released this week. They talked about how they sold over 3.5 million worldwide in 4 days. But I still feel like they're not hitting their sales goals for the Switch 2 because I have been able to see a lot of people still being able to get them if they want them. I don't see a lot of like not able to.
Yeah.
Now they did say that this was the highest global sales level for any Nintendo hardware within the first 4 days. You got to remember to listen to all the verbiage. So in the first 4 days, this has been really strong, but I kind of want to get you guys' input on how do you think the Switch 2 sales have been?
I personally did not. The people that I know that have the Switch saying that it's basically an updated version of the Switch Pro, I guess the Switch OLED, just an updated version of that. And they feel like the money that they paid for it ain't worth what they got. I'm also getting
performance.
issues.
You're talking only on perf, right? Okay.
Yeah. Also, the problem for me is with Xbox and PlayStation, they have a social community kind of thing that you have game chat within the games that you're playing, and even though the gaming community can be toxic, it also can be encouraging. For them to completely cut that off and only limit it to only party chats or video chat within your friends, they're trying to shield their clean image of what Nintendo is. I think that's my tinfoil hat moment. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
In 2025, if you're gonna have a multiplayer game, and you should have an option to have game chat in your multiplayer game, because not every time you're gonna be able to play with your friends online. It's not gonna. And I heard the camera that they charging is garbage.
Oh wow.
Yes, I also heard that the camera on the Nintendo Switch 2 is not the best. Yeah, it's good to have those sales within the first 4 days, but in my mind, I don't see it past the summer. Is gonna die down. They're probably gonna end up selling it as a discount during the holiday season, because with that handheld coming out during the holiday season, this is gonna be like this. So like the adults, they're gonna get that Xbox handheld, but then you got everybody else that's not, and probably gonna get the replacement of, something like that with the Nintendo Switch 2, if that makes sense.
All right, so I definitely want to hear from you, Chris. Like, what's your thoughts on Switch 2?
Hearing from people like King and Attic that both had their Switch in LA, I actually got a chance to play Mario Kart. While the game is great, it's a great Mario Kart game, I didn't notice a lot of difference between playing on a Switch 2 versus playing on my Switch at home. And I never really get like the latest Nintendo device right when it comes out either. I didn't get a Switch until like a few years after it came out, and I got it at tax time when we have the extra money.
Right.
It's not going to be for me until like a tax time style situation. It doesn't have a lot of games, so while Boogie mentioned about the sales in like the first 4 days of sales, we only have Mario Kart. Everything else is just an upgraded Switch game. So I see sales dying off a lot sooner than some people might say. And
oh wow!
Hopefully there will be discounts this holiday season, especially with the handheld coming out, and maybe sales will pick up then because obviously parents will be buying their kids the Switch. But we don't have any games besides Mario Kart, so there's no reason really to buy a Switch to me.
So for you, it's the software. Like, it's just not enough.
I gotta have. Well, me specifically, I gotta have the latest Pokemon game or something. Like, I can't just buy a Switch 2 predicated off of Mario Kart. Like, I would need more. And like I think Attic also had the Donkey Kong game, but just Mario Kart's not enough for me to go out and pay. I don't remember how much it costs. $500 or whatever for a Switch 2.
I think it's like $6 something, right?
Not worth it for me. Not even close.
Yeah.
And see, that's one of my issues. The Switch was a kid's game, like a kid's console. Like, you can go out and buy a Switch for the first one for your child, especially if you got multiple children. You can't do that with the Switch 2. You can't do
price
that.
Point, yeah.
That price point is too high. So if you get a Switch 2, it is now a family console until maybe, like you said, tax time or the following Christmas. You just can't, like, because my daughter and her cousin, they got Switches at the same time. They got Switch at the same time, and I bought, I think, 3 games for them. I definitely am not doing that.
It's the economic climate too, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of it's compounded because of it. What's going on, and so I mean, maybe with the 3.5 million, that's the initial, like, the fanboys, the diehards, they're gonna get it on launch, and then it just kind of like taper from there. Because I honestly have no desire to go out and just let me go grab one. Like, it's not enough software out there. It's nothing really kind of right now. Like, and if it would have dropped with Metroid Prime 4, look, day one, shawty, like, I would have been there. I would have tried to figure out how to get it. But yeah,
you're not trying to play Cyberpunk on Nintendo Switch 2?
Series X,
I don't understand why that was a highlight.
Like
why is that a highlight?
Right, I want the frames. Like, I'm not gonna play that little small. Like, why do that? And then plug it to the TV for what, lower resolution? I'm not doing that. Like, I'd rather play it on Series X with my, my quick resumes and my achievements and all that. Like, no.
Yeah, I find it odd. I don't believe that they're gonna lower the price unless they're just having. I think that it would have to be that they got through all of this year and had lower sales than expected before they actually lower the price.
Yeah,
I don't think that they're gonna lower the price for Christmas.
Not this Christmas.
Nintendo doesn't lower the price for
right.
Like, when do they offer a sale? Like,
it has to be really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last one. And actually, we don't even have to do this one. We can just go into tidbit. I think the last one that I had was for the voice actor strike ending.
Yeah.
You guys
want to talk about it? You can talk about it briefly. Yeah.
It's okay. Important. I thought it was interesting, especially because if you didn't see the family of why can't I think of his name?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones is suing because you basically had Darth Vader saying wild shit to kids on Fortnite because they use the AI voice, which I'm pretty sure that his family said that they did not agree to his voice being AI. So voice actor strike. It ended, but I don't think they got everything that they wanted.
It's going to be some level of compensation that you're using someone's voice for certain things. It's going to have to be. And I think that's probably what was in I don't know the details, but I'm assuming that was
one of the big the things was AI
residuals.
Yes. Yeah. AI especially for actors who have already passed, and then for future reference, because especially we now have voice actors doing audiobooks and stuff like that, and now even Amazon, as much as I also hate Amazon, they have this thing where they're using AI for their audiobooks. So like things of that nature, you're cutting out the people who actually pronounce and enunciate their words properly, who give joy to these mediums that we enjoy, and the companies are too busy trying to make money and trying to cut these people out. No, you are right, Delilah, they did not get everything they had asked for, I believe. But they got like most of it, I believe. But this had been going on for like a year and a half, so I think they're happy that it's over. But I think until like push come to shove and somebody go to court and actually lose some money.
Dollar makes sense, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And this affects like all major video games. Just keeps people
absolutely
video games. The anime that we love and watch, because I know there are some animes that didn't get dubs because of the voice actors strike. So like maybe now stuff can now get redubbed into English for our English speaking people. Some stuff did, some stuff didn't. It all depends on if you was able to get.
We'll be finishing Solo Leveling on dub. I already finished it on sub, but I'm watching it again on dub. As soon as the rest of the episodes drop, for sure. So
that was a good show. God, it was a good show.
Loved it.
Yeah, I also thought it was interesting that the AI company that Fortnite used was not working with Disney or any of these companies. So you're just like, you were really just trying to skirt, which, come on. Like, I feel like Fortnite makes so much money. Why do you guys still do these practices when you make money hand over fist? You're printing money. Pay these people what they're fucking worth. It's so easy. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say real quick, and a lot of these games, you think Exhibition 33, I think a lot of these games, they just went overseas where they didn't have to deal with any of this. And I have a unique perspective because where I work in real life, I'm a union rep where I work. So I am happy to see that, these people got a lot of what they want. Whereas we just went through contract negotiations where I work and I didn't get what I wanted. However, I'm just one person. And these people, for the most part, sticking together.
For over a year.
One person I've seen was very vocal was Jennifer Hale. For people that don't remember, that's FemShep. So I just want to say that I'm extremely happy that these people finally got most of what they want, whereas a lot of times it happens to where sometimes they don't get what they want. They just give in, but they stuck together over a year, so I'm super happy for them.
Oh, and side note, the president of the Voice Actors Guild is Fran Drescher.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was hilarious. But yeah. Yeah. So.
All right. Tidbits. Anyone have any tidbits? Cool things that have happened?
Indiana should have won last night. That's all I gotta say.
Oh man.
They should have won last night or the other night, or I think it was last night.
It was
the
last
other
night.
night before. It was last night. Okay. They should have won that game.
What's the series at, lady?
Yeah, what's 2-2? Ooh.
They going to 7. They going to 7. I'm telling you how they
They're going to 7. Oh my god.
6-7. I'm
That's
telling
you.
I'm rooting for Indiana. They're a younger team, and them winning, the Pacers winning that championship could start like a new president of the new era of basketball, because all the greats are getting older now, and some of them are transitioning away from the spotlight. So
it's time for some new blood, is what you're saying.
Yes. So what else? What else is my tidbit? Please play Clair Obscure Expedition 33.
This is your game of the year.
Please play Ladies Infamous Game of the Year. I finished it yesterday.
Finished?
I did.
Wow.
How many hours? How many hours total?
I want to say like between 35 and 45.
It's got to be more than that.
I was level 70. The only thing I probably will do on New Game Plus is probably fight Simon.
New Game Plus confirmed.
No, I don't know. I don't know. But it's a complex story.
Don't go into it no more. That's it. Because you going too deep. You're going too much. You blow a line of spoilers. We ain't got time.
Play it.
For real. She'd be like, how is that a spoiler? You
like you just told us the end of the movie. Like,
right.
I didn't say the end of the movie. I didn't say nothing.
I'm saying. Okay, any more tidbits, basically. Let's change the topic.
Gears of War multiplayer betas this weekend. Anybody playing it?
You tell me. Are we playing?
I don't know. Are we?
Oh my god!
Right.
It's Gears, y'all. Like,
I'm down.
I mean,
that means I need to download it,
I'll
right?
install it, and I'll probably play it I'll play some when I get off work today.
it's gonna be the PlayStation people in there. Like,
Oh yeah, it should be.
You know what? They should have a little mark on them, and that's what we're
I'm
going
definitely
after.
playing because I'm about to chainsaw the shit out of people.
That part.
Even on Xbox, they would hate it. Like people would be yelling at me, "Stop using the chainsaw." Why?
My
It's
favorite
fun.
thing.
My
I will
favorite
run up
thing.
into a battle just
Yes.
to chainsaw somebody and get shot immediately
Yes.
after. As long as I
Right.
chainsaw that one.
Like I am
person.
okay being
Oh,
shot
God.
as long as I get to see. Oh man, I'm
Yeah,
happy somebody else
definitely
loves it
so.
too. Because
Mhm.
like, yeah, I get hate for using it. Like, you should just be able to use a shotgun. I'm like, no. Let me chainsaw you up. All right,
That's all the tidbits I have.
all right. Anybody else? Chris, you have any tidbits?
To be honest, I'm still soaking in this
Yeah?
Los Angeles trip.
He's a happy
It was-
camper. Yeah.
It was super crazy.
Now I'm gonna tell you, if you go back, you need to let me send y'all some food wrecks. Because I was watching y'all food wrecks, and some of them were real good. Some of the places y'all ate were real good. But some of them I was like, I could have pointed y'all in better locations, to better areas.
We ate the same place 2 or 3 times, and
Oh
then,
dang! You know it's bad. When
You didn't get any tacos?
Yeah, you can't do that. So many places.
I have an excuse. I don't know anything about anything.
You do.
I was just because some people are eat certain things. Like I know Attic only eats certain things. King's
Yeah.
pescatarian. I think that's what it's called.
Yep.
And I'll just eat whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I will say here's a tidbit. We're just talking about the NBA Finals. The first night we ate out, Thursday night, we were eating at whatever the place was called. And I will say I was surprised to see how many people were cheering for the Pacers at wherever we were eating at. I expected OKC to be the predominant team in California
Oh no.
because I don't like any Indiana teams. No Colts, no Pacers, no anything.
That's
I talked to Cog. I'm like, well, I'm going on GWG next weekend. Do you think I should wear my Eagles jersey? And he's like, I would not.
We wouldn't have given you shit.
No,
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, you would have been all right. We would have
Yeah,
laughed.
you
though.
have.
What's your NFL team though?
Oh, the Eagles by
Yeah.
far.
Eagles. So, yeah.
That's what I figured.
My parents were Patriot fans, so anybody that
Oh,
played
boo!
the Patriots, I just rooted
So
for
sorry.
everything. And then when I was T.O. is my favorite football player.
Oh
So
man,
once-
Terrell Owens. Let's
Once
go.
T.O.
Get
went to
your
the Eagles,
popcorn ready.
it kind of submitted me. Like I was a dirty.
He's a
dirty athlete.
drama queen though. But yeah, he
I'll-
was great.
I was a dirty sports player when I was younger. And
Oh my god!
my favorite football moments: T.O. taunting the Cowboys on the Dallas Star.
Standing on the
Yeah.
something I would have done. I was that guy wanting all the smoke when I was young.
I love that. Okay, cool. Delilah, CHAREECE, y'all got some tidbits?
Oh,
Yes,
my
ma'am.
tidbit is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You just never know
That
what
part.
people are going through. So take care of yourself, and have a little bit of empathy, and just be careful. It's a lot going on right now, and just tell people you love them. Try to get closer to family if you can, and so that'd be my tidbit. Yeah,
So you telling us we all got to move to Georgia? Is that what I'm hearing?
maybe.
Them land prices,
Right.
Soon as there's like recreational and medicinal use in Georgia, I'm gonna go look.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Mad if that's a
I'm gonna be-
stipulation for you.
No,
All right.
I don't know why. Because Texas voted, and I was like, all right, don't have to worry about me going there.
Yeah, because they voted and they didn't want it. Texas didn't want
And put
recreational
stringent-
cannabis.
I'm glad I don't got no vices or anything like that. Thank God.
That's fine. Everybody has a vice. Your vice is different from my vice. If I want to live
My
my
junk
life,
is water. You feel me?
I don't think that's your vice. I don't
Right.
think that's your vice.
Right.
If I don't like your vice,
She talking about water. Okay.
I'm trying. Listen, I've been trying to do better. I was drinking a lot of soda and stuff like that. I've been trying to just do better. Like
I was gonna
y'all
say,
give me,
you lecture me.
Remember,
I remember a time where I would be like, Delilah, you need to drink some water.
Yes, I've been trying to do better. Doctor's orders kind of thing. So y'all gotta get my cholesterol down. Like,
oh,
I've been done. Yeah, girl. Listen,
that sounds like some old bitch shit.
Listen. I ain't no spring chicken now.
Like, you know, talking about some Lipitor and shit.
I mean, that's the biggest thing is just like, take care of yourself, really. That would be my tidbit for sure.
I'm down with it. All right, Miss CHAREECE.
If that's the case, then mine is with Delilah. I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
Girl, yes.
Yeah. They got the hard-headed twins down there.
It's such Georgia folks.
Yeah.
Shoot, all the Southern cooking down here.
Right? I know,
I miss it.
That food be so good, but it's like so bad for you.
Yeah,
so
I'm
bad.
trying to like, as the grandma here, I don't cook as Southern as people think I do. But I still cook it.
Yeah,
like,
you do.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Because if I had ever known that a motherfucker was eating raccoon
and gator and all this stuff, frogs.
No,
I
knew about
gators.
gator. I knew about frogs. I knew
ain't
about
nothing wrong
eating
with frogs.
snakes.
That's
But
disgusting.
she talking about eating
that raccoon.
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 It's called coon. You got it if you're eating
Yeah,
it. You
eat
gotta
some coon.
You gotta
you got to drop the raw part, the R.
crazy.
But like,
Does that help you at night? Because you drop the raw?
That's when you country. You're dropping the raw.
Hell yeah, but it's barbecue.
Can't
It's
get
oh
more
my God.
country.
CHAREECE, you gotta tell me if I'm eating coon because I'm gonna let you know right now. If I eat it, you don't tell me, girl.
I would tell you. I would tell
Thank you. I won't eat it though.
I would tell you. I would tell you
Just give me some fish and some salmon. Like, y'all stop.
Give me some fried catfish, okay?
I can probably do that part, but like,
Okay.
but and then also souse meat. I want y'all to go Google that when we get off the
I
show.
already know what that is.
Girl, you took it back. That's
Yeah.
Right.
Souse,
Yeah.
That's
souse,
house.
souse.
That's the hard
Souse.
from the rooter to the tutor. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the stew
That
with
soup.
everything in it?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, I know what souse is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a
Yeah,
Miami
so-
thing, I thought.
It's a
Southern
It's
thing.
a Southern thing.
Southern
very
thing.
Southern.
Y'all can have that shit.
I know some people who make it homemade. Apparently,
Mm-mm.
Oof.
House price smell like shit.
but yeah, y'all again. It's the summertime here in the South. Make sure to wash your ass, wear deodorant.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's 86 degrees already, and my AC has not went off since I don't know April.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl.
Just
Fans gotta pull the manual fans out, put them into
girl,
the
I
windows.
already got.
Get some ice packs and girl, listen, makeshift air conditioning. You got it. You know how to figure it out.
So again. But yeah, I have no tidbits because I don't think I've read anything new. I have, but none that I can say mine.
I was gonna say.
I mean, she will tell you.
Stop
at the
lying, but
GWG
stop lying. Talking about I ain't
You
read
gotta go Discord for that. You gotta go Discord for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't joined our Discord, please join our Discord. Somebody can throw that in the chat before we get off
I'm
here.
a try.
And yeah, because we have constant shenanigans going through there, food picks too. So yeah, tidbits for me. Shit, I had one now I forgot. So
No shows, no books, no TV, no.
oh, that's what it was. We didn't talk about it, but there were a few horror challenge games shown over the last couple of weeks.
Excuse me, y'all got
So no, none of y'all motherfuckers brought it up. So, anywho's, there were a few. There were a few games that were shown last week. We need y'all to let us know. Yeah, we want y'all to let us know. Well, be on the lookout, because as soon as the game comes out, we're gonna put out the poll. Y'all tell us who is gonna play the game, and it can't be Lady for the next game, but it can be Lady after the next challenge. So,
oh my God,
I need some more. I need Delilah a little bit more though.
See, y'all need to stop. First of all.
I need Delilah.
Right. All I know is that
the
one game they showed at the Xbox. Which one was it? I just had it up on the screen. God damn it!
Someone with Resident Evil, and then the Silent Hill.
It wasn't that one. It was hold on.
There's also one called Ill.
Yeah, there was Ill LaGrosse, and oh fuck, why can't I remember it? I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it up for y'all so you can see, because I remember we talked about it just before the show last week. So yeah, there's contenders. We just gotta figure out what's coming out when, right? And then start the polls.
Can I just take my name out of the hat? Like,
you can't take your name out of the hat. You can, though, opt to just take the chicken wing.
Oh, definitely not. I'm not doing that.
See, I said the same thing.
So, Chris, I don't know if you know, but we started sending out the last dab sauce for those who do not complete their challenge. So they have to take a last dab on their chicken wing.
I know that. I know that must be hard and difficult, man.
You know what? This is
all up in here. It's just like,
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Oh, you can handle it?
You like hot? You like spicy?
I said I think you can handle it.
Oh. Correction.
Okay.
All right. You did it once.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. That's why I know I don't want to do it again. Okay, I'm not trying to have pass. I don't care.
And I'll tell you and Charisse, don't worry. If you threw the sauce out, it doesn't cost much. I will send it back to you.
See, that's hilarious.
No,
that's hilarious.
I don't think they threw it. It's in the cabinet somewhere.
It's probably in the cabinet somewhere.
It's probably. I don't know where it's at. I don't care. Like,
all right. In the end of the show, y'all. Be on the lookout for the next challenge. Thank you to Chris for chilling with us today.
Yeah,
letting us know your thoughts of the Xbox Community Game Fest. Glad you got to go out and see my town. And yeah, play games, y'all, right? Play these games. That's why we're here. Don't talk about it, be about it. All that good stuff. All right, folks. Until next week, we'll see you